as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Devin Bush, the Steelers' leading tackler as a rookie last year, gets another there.
At the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Big stop, let's go. Shit. Regular. Hurry.
Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's a give to Dobbins. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 16 yards, a first down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
By Joe Hayden.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Mayfield able to get this one to his tight end, Njoku. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins, he's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Dobbins, the ball carrier.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Shit.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
First and goal from just inside the 5. Now a give to Breida. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Gain on the play.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. On the handoff, this is Breida. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Matt Breida hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns.
Makes the score Browns 7, Steelers nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On the run, here's Anthony McFarland. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Gets this to his running back. That's Jalen Samuels. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
1st down, Steelers.
Here we go. Black 20. 57.
They'll run for the first time with James Conner. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
Conner, the ball carrier.
Safety Grant Delpit up to make the play.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
third down. Roethlisberger. Ebron caught left side. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here we go on fourth down with Roethlisberger. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Facing a fourth down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion.
First down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Browns 7, Steelers nothing.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
James Conner.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger will hand to Conner, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down. Brings up 4th. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On first down, Dobbins, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
4 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Mike 55, Mike 55. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him. Hey, we're 33. Don't let him breathe, defense. Check 24, check 24.
On first down, here's Breida. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
Tackled.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Check, check, walk 54, walk 54. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Mike 54, Mike 54. Mike 54. Run. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Hurry, hurry.
On second down, a run with Breida. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people, because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers, because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
I'm coming after you. Check 55 for Mike. Check 55 for Mike. Rabbit, rabbit. Rabbit, rabbit. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
On third down, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
Fourth down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On second down, McFarland. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Roethlisberger. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Like 20.
McFarland running out of the gun. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Try and run forward with Connor. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
First down.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for Browns TD.
Down Brown.
It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. They'll run with Dobbins. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Seibert's kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. And he is finally out of bounds all the way down at the 30. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards.
And the Steeler first down.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Chase Claypool, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Denzel Ward.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
And it's third down. Third and long.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he stopped immediately there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
On the play. And it's third down.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Pittsburgh.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he returns this to the 22.
Jones on the return. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Danny. Kill. King. Mike 5-4. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Hey, alert 33.
Mayfield on 1st down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
3rd quarter action here in this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. This is Breida. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Right there. 54. Right there. Alert.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Dobbins trying the left side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Watch the screen. Mike 55. Watch the run. Hey, alert.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
The ball carrier.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. The 30, the 20, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. That's tough there, starting to mount a good drive. Quarterback lets his guard down for just a moment, and it's going to bite him.
And I was just about to remark how control of the game they were here in this 3rd quarter, but that return for 6 points, we now have a game again.
And he's got it up and through.
Makes the score Browns 20, Steelers 14. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
On the return, the Browns take over 1st and 10. At their own 19-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown. as they nurse this smoke. Dobbins hit, and he fumbles. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. A handoff running left is Dobbins. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
The tackle.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Run, run, run. Come on.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
A give, Dobbins trying the right side. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Let's bring it.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
A gain of a yard.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Tyson Alualu coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Jamie Gillen now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. On the return, Johnson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
They'll run with McFarland, and he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Pittsburgh.
Here's Roethlisberger, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. On the handoff, it's McFarland. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Anthony McFarland. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And if the Steelers can convert the extra point, they will have the lead. And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point.
Makes the score Steelers 21, Browns 20. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this is caught at the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Calvin Ridley, touchdown number 15 of the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through, all the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now here's Johnson. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
13 yards. First down, Steelers.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And some room to work. And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 48 yards on the ground. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Another run here with Dobbins.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now Mayfield. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Mayfield to throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Intended for Calvin Ridley. Incomplete. Joe Hayden on the coverage.
incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Mayfield. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Intended for Calvin Ridley. Incomplete.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets double, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the give, this is McFarland. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
A gain of 9 brings up third down.
Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Now it's Roethlisberger. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Well, good start for him under center here in overtime. Now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know who you have playing quarterback. You've got a confident thrower right now, someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your playbook and allows you to dial up some big shots if you want them.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
3-yard pickup.
And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Now it's Roethlisberger. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. An absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime.